Scarlett Blade. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sunset Shimmer's Naked Marathon, Chapter 2. Welcome one and all to the first annual Canterlot High Bikini Race, or High Bikini Tag Race. Seated in the hastily constructed announcer's box at the front lawn of Canterlot High School, surrounded by speakers, microphones, and monitors, were twin men in white striped red hair, wearing matching vests and straw boater hats. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, but mostly boys and gentlemen, today you will witness the greatest spectacle in modern age, a parade of perfect pulchritude, a bevy of buxom beauties, a ultimate extravaganza, fabulous female flesh. Will your assholes get on with it? Yes. Well, these ravishing bikini babes will battle one another for victory, fabulous prizes, and their very dignity, across a treacherous 20-mile course with zigzags back and forth across the very heart of Canterlot. Right you are, brother of mine. Those lovely ladies must safely make it from the start line to the finish line. That's 20 miles exactly from point A to point B, with a lot of C and D between. And while a host of hot honeys running in alluring swimwear is certainly worth the price of admission, we're bringing you something much, much better, folks. That's right, during the race, our beauteous contestants will be stripping each other of their bikini tops. Any girl who loses their top has to run all the way back to the start, with her naked chest proudly displayed for the whole world to see. And at the end of the race, the contestants who cross the finish line carrying the most stripped bikini tops, without losing their own in the process, will be crowned our grand champion. So without further ado, ladies, on your marks. The runner is milling around the start, got in formation, crouching in start positions while shooting death glares at the two promoters. Get set! And go! Flynn fired a starter pistol, and the girls launched into motion, propelling themselves down the streets. Almost immediately, Sunset found herself pinned beneath a body. She kicked out and scrambled to her feet, spinning around. A green-skinned girl with slick black two-tone orange hair, wearing a navy blue bikini and black running shoes, grinned at her. "Hi, you shimmy," she said. "Lightning dust," Sunset said, narrowing her eyes as she briefly checked to make sure she still had her bikini top. Lightning dust licked her lips. "Run," she suggested. Sunset turned and began to sprint, keeping an eye out to her left and behind her. As accepted, Lightning Dash quickly overtook her, reaching out to snag her top. Sunset juked right and skipped back a step, letting Lightning Dash catch air and pass her up. With a yell, she forced as much speed out of her legs as she could, launching herself forward. Lightning Dust turned a half second too late. Sunset Shimmer grabbed a handful of breast, dragging her fingertips beneath her cloth, covering it. With a tremendous yank, she ripped off Lightning Dust's top. "Ah, shit! Damn it! That hurt!" Lightning Dust snarled. "Too bad, Dusty, you're out," Sunset Shimmer sang teasingly, waving the blue bikini top around before taking off at her decent sprint, trying to strap around her wrist as she went. "And we have our first disqualification. Give her a hand, folks. Or two, if you want." "Oh, no? Oh, look, she's giving us the evil eye. Brother!" A minute later, Sunset caught up with Twilight, who was obviously pacing herself. "This reminds me of the first time that I ran the running of the leaves in Ponyville," Twilight said, panting slightly. "Except I don't think I've done so much running in this body." She glanced over at Sunset, then did a double take. "You already disqualified somebody?" "Self-defense," Sunset said with a smirk. "Don't worry, I won't go for your top, at least not until we pass Flash Sentry." "Yee!" Twilight squeaked. Celestia shot past on their left, her long legs carrying her great distances with each stride. Behind her, Luna ghosted past. "I will defeat you, sister!" "Never!" Celestia called back, laughing. Rainbow Dash ran up behind Sunset and Twilight, wrapping her arms around their shoulders. "Hey, Twi, hey, Sunset," she said. "Having fun?" "I guess so," Twilight said. "I've already drawn first blood," Sunset said with a grin. "Yeah, I saw old Dusty waving her boobs around," Rainbow said. "So, here's the thought." Sunset felt Rainbow's fingers wrap around the back of her bikini. A gasp at her side told her Twilight was in danger as well. Sunset broke left, twisting out of Rainbow's grip while holding tightly onto her own bikini strap, spinning around to face Rainbow, and she scowled. "You'd really do that to your friends?" "Hey, I want to win," Rainbow cried. "Besides, you'd get over it." A pair of slim yellow hands landed on Rainbow's shoulders, pushing the straps of her bikini aside with such a light touch Rainbow didn't notice, nor did she notice when her bikini top fell away, caught gently in the same pair of yellow hands. Sunset snickered. Twilight blinked. Fluttershy stepped out from behind Rainbow and took off running. "Well, there's always next year," Sunset said, smirking. "Huh? What do you mean?" Rainbow cried. Twilight pointed at Rainbow's bare breasts. Rainbow looked down, blinking. "What the—" "And Rainbow Dash is disqualified. Looks like she'll have to change her name to Rainbow Flash now." "Crap!" Rainbow cried. She sighed, turned, and headed back for the start. People behind the cordons called out to her, cheering her on. She waved back at them, giving her tits a little shake as she jogged back to school. Sunset and Twilight shared a look, shrugged, and ran after the pack. 3 girls ran somewhere in the middle of the pack, clustered tightly together and bickering. "Could you run behind me, Adagio? Your bikini's riding so far up your butt I can actually see your asshole." "Oh yeah? You had it bleached." "Yeah, what's up with that? Who are you to be trying to impress? It's not like you have a boyfriend." "Shut up, you idiots," Adagio said. "Keep an eye out for the rainbows. Ignore all these other girls. We're going to humiliate our sworn enemies thoroughly." "Sorry, Adagio, I can't seem to focus on anything but your asshole because it's right in my face," Arya seethed. "You should be on your knees praying to it," Adagio said. "And now I want to throw up." Pinkie Pie smiled and waved enthusiastically to the crowd lined up to watch the race as she ran by. Whistles and cheers thundered in her ears. "Tee, look at me, I'm bouncy." She bounded forward, her chest bouncing and jiggling. A girl with short mint green hair in a bob cut ran up alongside Pinkie. She wore a sporty pink bikini and tennis shoes. "You look like you're having a good time," she said. "Oh, hi, Tennis Match," Pinkie said. "These are my peeps." "Uh-huh," Tennis Match said, looking around. "You look like you want to show them a little more," she added. You're right," Pinkie said. Tennis Match darted in, reached for the strap of Pinkie's bikini. Pinkie danced out of the way, laughing, and snagged the back of Tennis Match's bikini top. Her fingers worked quickly and lightly, removing Tennis Match's top. "Sorry, Tenny, you're out," Pinkie giggled. Tennis Match sighed, blushing, and she crossed her arms over her chest. "I should have known better than to try and strip you," she said. "Yep, you really should," Pinkie giggled. "Take a bow, you've got some nice boobies. Be proud." "Yeah!" someone in the sidelines roared. "Oh, shut up, bolt biceps," Tennis Match groused. Sighing, she dropped her arms to her sides, thrusting out her chest. The cheer went up from the crowd. Tennis Match raised a hand in wave, her face burning red, as she turned and jogged to the starting line. "That was close," Pinkie declared as Tennis Match retreated. "I think it's time to bust out my Pinkie Pie secret weapon." With an evil smirk, she reached into her hair and pulled out a can of whipped cream, which she began spraying all over her chest and back, completely concealing her bikini and breasts. The onlookers whooped and hooted and roared. Sunset and Twilight ran past, then skidded to a stop, staring at her. "Pinkie, what the hey?" Twilight gasped. Pinkie giggled as she seductively licked whipped cream from her fingers. "The rules didn't say anything about whipped cream," she said. "If the others couldn't find my bikini, they can't steal it." She waved. "Have fun, girls." With that, she jogged off down the road. Where did she even get... It's Pinkie Pie. Just roll with it. Applejack grinned as she reached the first checkpoint, rounding a corner onto the second leg of the marathon. Several girls had made a grab for her top, but her speed and natural athleticism made short work of them. She'd already collected 3 tops. Even though she disapproved of what those no-good hornswagglers had pulled, she liked to win. And, well, it was all in good fun, after all. Sunset Shimmer had had her tits on more flashed all over the internet, and she was holding up okay. The rest of the girls at school would survive a little topless running. Up ahead, she saw Miss Harshwinny. Now how'd she get way the hay up here? Applejack wasn't particularly fond of Miss Harshwinny. She always acted so snotty with her students, like she was better than everyone else, like everyone else was stupid and slow. She was everyone's least favorite teacher, even more than Cranky Doodle. And there she was, just a quick sprint up the road. Applejack grinned and put out a burst of speed. A few seconds of running full tilt, and she was right behind Miss Harshwinny. With a yell and a surge of strength, she pounced, tackling Miss Harshwinny to the ground. The two rolled around on the ground, scrabbling at each other's bikini tops, trying to strip each other as they jockeyed for dominance. "Miss Applejack," Miss Harshwinny barked, "how dare you assault a teacher?" "Hey, now, you ain't no teacher right now," Applejack retorted. "Right now, you're just one more runner I gotta put out a commission to win this here thing." "I see," Miss Harshwinny said, narrowing eyes. "If that's the way you want it." Suddenly, Applejack found herself pinned to the ground. There was a loud ripping sound, and Applejack's bikini split and fell away, spilling her breasts for the world to see. At the same time, she managed to pull loose the knot tying Miss Harshwinny's bikini, stripping it off her. The two looked at one another. Miss Harshwinny was sweating and panting, her bare chest heaving as she pushed up against Applejack's. Their eyes locked. Applejack swallowed. With a thrust of her hips, Applejack rolled out from the older woman off of her, then pinned her to the ground. She looked down at Miss Harshwinny, licking her lips, and seized Miss Harshwinny's face, lowering her own for a hot, heavy, passionate kiss. Miss Harshwinny grabbed Applejack's head in her hands and returned the kiss hungrily, moaning into Applejack's mouth as they writhed around on the ground together, to the cheers of dozens of witnesses. When Applejack finally came up for air, Miss Harshwinny glared up at her. "That's detention for a month, Miss Applejack," she said. Applejack grinned lazily. "I'll be sure and wear some frou-frou undies." "I'll bring the scented oils," Miss Harshwinny replied. Applejack helped her up, and they walked back to the starting line hand in hand. Well then, that was awkward. Just kidding. Hope you guys had a wunderbar day. Peace off.